Hey, hello everybody. How's everyone doing? Happy spring. Happy St. Patrick's Day coming up. All right, we'll give a few moments. Start talking a little bit here. See if people are getting on. Make sure I'm in the right spot. How's everybody been doing? Has everybody been enjoying all the training videos? All right. Okay. All right. I see some thumbs up. So, we're in the right spot. Yes, you guys can hear me, see me well. In fact, the last video was on what? Lighting. Ha ha ha. Is that too bright? That really brightens me out, don't it? We'll cut that back. I like that lighting a little bit better. So, how's everyone doing? Share some love. So, my name is Jennifer McCollom. We'll go ahead and get started. Replay watchers, thank you very much. I'm a pro film makeup artist. Been doing film since 1991. Proud IATSE member. And I love doing film. Love all the different time periods and stuff like that. So, I'm coming today, though, to talk to you guys about bright colors and color. When I think about color, I think about we all have a favorite color, right? Mine's purple, then yellow, so we all tend to have a favorite color. And then we have colors that we don't like, right? Like, I'm not a big red lipstick person for myself, but I know that everybody can wear red. It just has to be the right undertone, and we're going to talk about that. Awesome, awesome. So, and then, when you think about color too, you think about, hey Mel, I don't know if you like me, but you think about adult coloring books. Has anybody done any of these fun adult coloring books, right? And so when you get those, what else do you usually get? You get all these pencils, right? Nice bright blues and yellows. So we think about color, we think about our favorite color, we maybe think about coloring books, we think about color of clothes, right? There's certain color of clothes that we like to wear, or people compliment us and say, that color looks good on you. Well, that's a sign right there to maybe think about that clothing and, oh, what does that mean? And you can relate that to makeup too, which we're going to talk about. And then, like your color of your car. So a lot of us are painting your rooms or painting furniture. So we tend to love color like that. But when it gets to makeup, some people get scared. Am I right? Get a little nervous. A lot of us do. Some of us, well, you'll have those people, you'll look and be like, what? Wow, because they have all this color on, right? And you're like, well, I had a lady I worked with, we nicknamed her Barbie, and she knew, but she always wore that bright pink lipstick and the blue eyeshadow, and you probably have a friend that's always that way, and I think the whole 2-3 years I worked with her, I saw her once without those colors on. So, we're going to talk a little bit about color today and bright colors and what to think about when you're choosing colors and how to use them so that you guys are not going to be afraid to use them, or if you're not afraid already, maybe you'll start venturing out and trying some other ones. So what I'm going to bring in here today is this little guy right here. We're going to use this for a little bit, and then I'm going to show you some of my eyes because I have not put anything on the eyes. When you think about what colors look good on somebody, hey, Stacy, you want to think about a couple of different things. One is the skin undertone. What color is their skin? What undertone is their skin? Are they a warm? Are they a cool? Or are they more neutral? I tend to, have some blue-red, and then because of the freckles, I've got some yellow golden. So I'm kind of a peachy, neutral person for myself. And then when I think about my lovely women of color, I think about chocolate brown or milk chocolate, which has warmth in it, or your dark chocolate, which is a little cooler. So this is going to apply across the range. So you want to think about what is the undertone of their skin? All right, that's going to come into play a little bit. The second thing you want to kind of think about when you're looking and wanting to put bright colors on someone is, what about their hair color? What's happening with their hair? You know, is their hair warm or cool? Has it got a lot of gray in it? You know, hey guys. So you think about that as well. And then you think about the third thing, and I'm going to come closer to you guys, is their eye color. So what color is their eyes? Now, when you look at eyes, like when I say blue, and I do this when I teach my film students, because I also teach. I teach film students, I teach cosmetology students, I work in the film industry, for those of you who are just coming on again. And I always usually talk to my film students and say, okay, when I say blue, we've all thought of a different shade of blue. And of course, here in North Carolina, it could be Duke blue, Carolina blue, sky blue, turquoise blue. Am I right? So when you have that conversation with your clients or your customers, sometimes it's great to bring out a color wheel or to bring in pictures. So in saying that, when someone has blue eyes, are they a cooler blue? Are they icy blue? Are they a deep dark blue? And let's kind of pull this one up here. So we've got blues. I'm going to try and get this so you guys can see. And so you can see, you know, there's different shades of blue. So I know there's a glare. Are they a deep blue eye, or do they have a little bit more greenish blue to their eye color? And that can help you guys decide what bright colors to put on them. All right, or what bright colors to use for yourself. Brown eyes too. Brown eyes can be warmer or cooler. So those are the three things to start looking at when you are thinking about bright makeup and putting it on someone or yourself. Is, okay, what's my skin? What's my undertone? What color do I have my hair right now? Because once you change your hair color, you might want to change up your makeup color some too. Because that can make a difference. And then what is my eye color? So, quick little color wheel reference. We already mentioned warms and cools and neutrals. Now the other things that you want to look at, and has anybody ever worked with a color wheel? Oh yeah, I know. Tar Heels and Duke. Yes, yes. Ha 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 ha. Yep, and then State Red. Yep. All right, so color wheel. When you look at a color wheel or you're doing art, we got three primary colors, right? Red, blue, and yellow. Okay, those are your three primary colors. And then you have white and black. And then with all of those, and so you can make things lighter or darker. With all that, you can create any foundation. If you have those colors, you can create any foundation color, just about any color you want to, with those three. So you kind of start understanding that. And then when you start mixing, because if you mix blue and red together, all right, I'm going to pop this around this way. So if we mix blue and red, what are we going to get? A lot of our favorite colors, like purple. And then even in the purples, you have coolers to warmers. So you just start thinking about the color chart that way. So, in saying that, well, real quickly, my eye color is hazel. So it has some green and it has some golden in it. All right? So, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull this around to the green. And I'm going to flip it this way. All right, so if someone has green eyes, here's a little trick. The complementary color is down here. So really red, but how many people can wear a red eyeshadow? But then when you look at this color wheel, and there's smaller ones, it's great to have. You have some violet over here. So that's going to complement their eye color. And then we have some orange over here. So they're complementary and opposite colors, just to kind of make it simple. So that's kind of one way that you can figure out what bright colors are going to be great to put on somebody. So I'm going to kind of step back with browns. So with brown eye colors, you can again have like your amber, light golden brown of an eye color, or your dark chocolate, deep brown, almost black of an eye color. And you guys can always have one of these nearby to kind of help you as you're starting out with color to figure out what would look good, what would pop. So, you guys ready to put some on? Ha 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 ha. All right. I'm going to grab some eyeshadows here. And we're going to sit down. I'm going to be closer with you guys. I've got some brushes ready to go. All right. And concealer. And we're going to talk about that. So here we go. I'm going to get a little closer. And if the lighting needs adjusting, you guys let me know. And I will go back through and look at any questions that you guys have. So I'm actually going to do 2 different colors on my eye. And I'm going to cut this light on, but I think it's probably going to be too washed out. Alright, so just kind of take a look right now. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to cut the light off too, because lighting is very important. I have coloration in my eye, and there's like a couple little freckles. Okay, and I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to show you guys the same way. Because if you saw the most recent, or the one before me, it was talking about lighting and how important lighting is. So now you're seeing it in different places. So prep the skin, hydrate the skin. If you have oily eyelids, you can certainly use like a primer or a little bit of witch hazel to kind of help get some of the oil. Good evening. And then I'm going to use a concealer. So remember I talked about, I'm going to slide these over. I talked about warm and cool undertones and neutral undertones. So your eyelid has different colors going on in it. You can see sometimes some veins and redness. All right. And what I have here, and if you can see in these concealers, I've used this one a lot. This one's a little more pink. And this one's definitely a little more golden and neutral. So I'm going to get a little mix of both of these. I'm going to grab my little spatula and palette here. Because I want to neutralize my eyelid before doing it. Because if you want colors to be really bright and vivid, when you use an eye base or concealer, you're going to get the most pop of your color. But like I said, if you have an oily eyelid, be sure to go ahead and use a little bit of natural witch hazel or a baby wipe, okay? And then you can set with a little bit of no color powder. Alright, so I have a little bit of concealer here, and I'm going to go ahead and start blending that all over. And just put it all over the lid here. So just so you guys can see. So you see now, wow, we've really lightened up and we've kind of evened out. And I'm going to add a little bit more of the pink now that I'm looking at this. And you want to try and get it as neutral as possible. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and do the other one too. And blend it out, blend it out. So this is why a lot of us in film, and when we do brides and weddings and things like that, we will do the eyes first before we do foundations. Because a lot of times when you use bolder, brighter colors, or you're even doing a smoky eye, okay, you will have what we call fallout, right? It flakes down in here, and it really depends on the person's eye shape a lot too. Okay. And I'm going to take a clean brush and just kind of buff that in a little. Blend that out a little. Blending is a big key. Like when we do a lot of film or we do things for print, you will hear that word a lot. Blend, blend, blend. Okay. So I'm going to set back a little bit. So now we've kind of gotten rid of the freckle. It's harder to see the freckle that was there on my eye. We've evened out this eye color. Now the second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and contour. Okay. If I look straight ahead at you guys, You can see, you know, the difference in space from the lid and the crease to the brow. So I'm going to start with kind of a neutral color. And let me grab that out of my bag. Okay. So I'm going to grab my, we're doing bright colors, but I'm going to start with a nice neutral. And again, I'm going to keep it not too warm and not too cool. I'm going right in here. All right. And then I'm going to look straight ahead and I'm going to see where I want a little bit of contour to happen. And especially with hooded eyes, it's great to keep your eyes open, look straight ahead, or if you have what's called a vanishing lid, okay, and then you can add that little bit of a shadow in there. I'm going to do that a little more right here. Ooh, this stuff has lots of pigment, just to warn you guys. Alright, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go in with the concealer one because I want that to be subtle. I want it to be really, really subtle. But I want that little bit of shading in there to help with the eye shape. Yeah, that one's doing really good. And sometimes, you know, I don't know if you guys, you find it sometimes a little harder to do makeup on yourself. Especially when you're trying to do lives, right? Here we go. Okay. Alright. So, that's one thing you can do, is even out, neutralize the eyelid. Okay, you can go ahead and put a little contour in there if you'd like to before we go into bold, bright colors. And then if you do have an oilier eyelid, as I mentioned, you can do a little bit of witch hazel or a little bit of a baby wipe to remove some of the oil. You could use a little bit of a primer, and you could certainly go in, and I'm going to do this right now, a little touch of no color powder to set the concealer or the eye base. And I'm just going to press that in and flip it over and press that in. Alright, just to help set everything. Alright, so now we've hopefully created a neutral palette. I'm going to put some back in. Good evening. Are you all ready? I'm going to do 2 different color eyes. So as I mentioned earlier, think about the skin undertone, the hair color, and their eye color to know what bright colors, look at these great bright colors, will look good for that person. Alright, and then spring. I'm going to talk a little bit about spring. The colors coming in for spring in clothes and stuff like that is your neon colors. You're going to see a lot of neon, and you're going to see a lot of various shades of orange. From like a light lemony tangerine to a deep cinnamon orange. You're going to see a lot of orange this year. So, that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to, on this eye, we're going to do some orange because from the color wheel, I know. Alright, and I'm going to tap a little bit. So this is kind of a trick I do, is I grab some of the color and then I tap it onto my palette. That way I don't have to go back in again. There's a good sanitation thing. Alright, here's the fun stuff. So I'm just going to close and I'm going to start pressing this in and really pressing the color. And I'm going to keep it more on the lid area for the moment. And look at that. And that is just the tangerine, just the orange. And you know what? I'm going to cut this bright light on because lighting does make a difference. And I actually think with this ring light off, I feel like it looks better. Do you guys agree? Because as that adjusts, I have great sunlight coming in too. Now the other great thing, if you want more intensity, you can layer it. You can add more on there. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are liking that. So there we go. And I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. I'm going to keep, this is my brush for the orange. I'm going to keep that aside. So there's some bright color that's not crazy, all right? But let's kick it up a notch. All right, we're going to add another color in there with it. Are you guys ready? So if we have concealer or eye base on, your color is going to be more intense. And I'm going to show you guys that too. I'm going to do a little trick. All right, what color am I using? I will show you guys that. I will answer that. So I'm going to put a little bit of concealer right here on my wrist. And I'm going to show you guys. This eye color is from our Lime Life by Alcone Danessa Lottie palette, sorry. And I'm just getting some more, and here's what I'm doing. I'm bringing it across just to kind of show you guys. I'm going to bring that in closer. So where the concealer is, you get a brighter, more intense color, but where the concealer is not, it's softer. You guys see that? So that concealer is definitely going to give you a deeper and a brighter version. Okay. And Kat's on here. All right, so here, I'm going to pull this back up. It's the orange from the Lottie palette, and it's number 13. It's number 13 with Lime Life by Alcone. Okay. So, I said we're going to pop it up a notch. The other thing that can really add more brightness to a color, besides having the concealer underneath, is to add some water to your brush, or what I like to do is a little bit of a primer spray. So, are you guys ready for what I'm going to add to this orange? I'm going to add the purple. So this is the Danessa Myricks palette, okay, and this is the shimmer palette that she has. So I'm going to take my angled brush, okay, I'm going to get a little bit of this plum color, and I'm going to tap it onto my palette. It's kind of a trick that I do. There's all kinds of little tricks. Alright. Now you can spray and put it into the shadow. Some people like to do that, some don't. If you get too much, you can sometimes change the powder where it's kind of hard and doesn't come up. So, centerfold. Ho, 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 ho. Alright, here we go. So now what I'm going to do is take this purple, and I am going to start doing like an eyeliner with it. Are you guys excited? Are y'all excited? And so if you add a little bit of a primer spray or a little bit of water to your brush and then get the shadow in it, you're going to get a more intense and brighter color. La 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 la. Centerfold is the name of the orange one, is that right? Okay. Now, I know the Danessa Myricks palette is phenomenal. So now we've added, okay, we have the orange, we have the purple, and depending on your eye shape, you can go in. Alright, and we're going to add it real close and use it as a liner underneath as well. So, you think about the undertone of the skin, and you think about the coolness and the warmness of the shadow, and the coolness and the warmness of the person's eye color and their hair, then you can start really picking out the right colors. Alright, you ready to try a different color on the other eye? And then I'll come back and I may add something else to this one. So what else is coming in for spring? Like I said, a lot of oranges are coming in, from your tangerine to your cinnamon. You're going to see a lot of neon colors coming in. The other thing you're going to see a lot of is teal and blues. And I've seen a lot of teals and blues in eyeshadows. Are you guys ready? Ah. So we have the concealer on there. I'm going to get New one. This is also from the Lottie collection. And that, whoop, sorry. Straight up. And this one is number 12. All right. So that blue is number 12. All right. I'm going to get some of that color. So this is the other thing I've seen for spring. And here we go. So I'm keeping this color on the lid. Now, if you have a brown eye, blue is really going to pop the brown of an eye color. And if you guys can see, I'm going to bring you guys a little closer. If you look at my eyes, they're almost looking two different colors now, aren't they? This one looks a little deeper, just for that little bit of blue. And this one is bringing out more of the green gold of my eye color. Can y'all see that? Ha 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 ha. Now, just because St. Patty's Day is coming up, I'm going to add a little bit of green into that one as well. Alright, this is one of my favorite colors. That is number 10. Are y'all ready? So I didn't quite do the whole lid. So now what I'm going to do is keep it to the outer edge. So we'll have a variegation. We're going to have a darker blue to the lighter green. Look at that. And you see how deep and how dark that's making my eye. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of that green underneath. La 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 la. And we're going to put that right underneath, and I'm stopping right there. So now we're being a lot more bolder, a lot brighter. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the blue and bring it in this way, just right along the line. And you know what? It's not getting as bright as I want, so what are we going to do? Got to add a little bit of primer spray to get a little bit more depth of color. What do you guys think? All right, and you know I'm going to ask you which one you guys like better. You know that's coming, don't you? So here we go. A lot of oranges are coming in for spring. A lot of tangerines are coming in for spring. All right, I'm going to bring you guys closer. So look at that. You have like the blue to the green. So there to be a St. Patty's Day look, and definitely deepen that brow a little bit. And then last but not least, let's say you feel like, okay, this is like a little bright for me. Okay. You can go in with Antique Bar. This is going to be Antique Bar. And I'm going to add a little bit of that right here. So we're going even bolder. So, you know, the more you add, the more dramatic it gets, the more, okay, for going out. The less you add, the less concealer, the softer it's going to be, but you're still going to have some bright color. So a little more Antique Bar color here, and we're going to bring it up in there. There you go. So there's some fun colors. They both work. Yes. See, I wear both. I do. All right, now I'm going to add the bright light. Are you guys ready? I'm going to try and get as close as possible. And before I do that, I see where I want to blend a little bit. So this is where you come in and you clean up and then do your concealer. Oh, I know. Antique Bar goes great with any of these bright colors. All right, bright light coming on. And like I said, I really think the natural lighting probably looks a little better. But I wanted you guys to see it in different light because let's talk about that color wheel again. So we had the color wheel that I brought out, and I talked about, you got your cools and your warms, you got your complementary colors. Think about somebody's eye color. Find out where their eye color is on this. Look and see what the opposite is. But ask them where they're going. Ask them what kind of lighting they're going to be in. Because for those of us who do film, if we do this gorgeous makeup that looks great, and they go on the film set and the lighting guys have added blue gels, that blue is going to be what we call an additive color. So the blue of the lighting is going to add to this and change the color of it. So you really always, if your customer's doing something fun and bright like this, or your client, or you are, think about the lighting you're going to. Are you in candlelight lighting? Are they going to be on stage and have blue lighting? That's going to change the makeup look. All right. You guys like that? So I see a lot of people like both. I'm going to check a little bit for different questions. All right. And I hope you guys like those colors. There's a lot of fun bright colors. I'm going to show these colors again. All right. So you do have your beautiful blue, green, red, pink, orange, crystal, golden color, yellow color, and you can mix those together. You can mix them together, whether you keep them separated, or let's say you wanted a real pretty purple out of these tropical colors, you can mix together. And then these are the Danessa colors, so they're a little deeper, maybe a little deep for spring, but as you notice, I used that one for a liner. I could use this deeper forest green as a liner on this side. That would just be really nice and pop. You like the more apricot pink side. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I hope this has been fun. So then, depending on which one you go with, what color lips and what color blush do you want to do? All right, it's got a lot of great colors you can choose from, or do you keep it more neutral? And that's also going to depend on how bright and crazy and neon-y you bought clothes for spring. You know, you have it. Oh, all right. Okay, girl, I'm 50. I'm 50. Okay, just to say, don't be anxious in trying that color when you're over 50. I'll be honest, I'll be proud to say I'm 50. So if you're a little anxious on trying these, do some of your neutrals, okay, or do what you normally, and then take your angled brush, all right, dampen it a little bit, and then use that blue as an eyeliner. Like, do you have brown colored eyes? Because that blue would be gorgeous as an eyeliner, and just do it small. At first, start there, do it small instead of doing the whole lid. And then you'll build up that confidence to wear some color. All right. Hope you guys like that. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in any of those colors, message your Lime Life rep. If you don't have one, search in your area or any of us. Reach out to us and we will help you out in finding some of these fun colors, because these matte tropical colors are hard to find. Love it. Yes, I have green golden eyes, hazel eyes. Also, your eyes are blue green. Oh, yes. Start with the liner. Start with it real small. Like, do your neutral color and then start with that blue. Because if you have blue-green eyes and you look at the outer edge of your eye color, there's a darker, I'm going to try and open my eye up for you guys. There's a darker edge to everybody's eye. And if you can find that color in an eyeshadow, that is going to make your eyes pop. It really will. But, so like I said, think about the skin and undertone. If you are a deeper skin tone, definitely go with brighter, bolder colors, because they'll, if you have dark black colors on, it's going to absorb it. You're not going to see it as much. If you're wearing white, it's going to reflect them. So, you are welcome. Thank you, guys. And thank you for watching all of these. So, skin tone, eye color, hair color, and think about the lighting of where you're going. All right. I love you guys. Thanks so much, and we will see you soon.